How you guys doing? This is Martin. Know me from my series on how to pay off your car loan in 36 months without being cheap or giving up Starbucks. Some of you have been watching my series on how to pay off your car loan. 16,780 of you have watched some tips on how to pay off your car loan. Go back and watch that. Some of you have been watching my unemployment, where I talked about the unemployment 2101 to 2116. Also, how I talked to you a little about the eviction procedure, like if you're in an apartment that's federally backed and you can prove that it has any type of federal money, you can get a forbearance. And basically, if you don't want to pay your house and it's an eviction, you don't want to pay your rent, you can get away probably without paying your rent for 6 months. It'll destroy your credit, and then you'll be buying a house next to a school, across from a homeless guy with your Mercedes, going out saying, hey, at least we're doing better than the guy across the street. And you're like in a neighborhood, if your kids walk down the street, they get kidnapped or whatever, condoms on the street. So that's what happens when you don't pay off your house. You're going to try to have to pay. You're going to try to go 6 months not paying your house note. That'll destroy your credit, and then you'll end up someplace where that you'll just accept it. So don't want to do that. I don't want to guys. I always see it. I see people, the houses across from the vacant field where they're going to put a warehouse. See the homeless with the truck and the trailer, or every so often they'll park the mobile home. And they got the dog. I tell you, more homeless people have dogs than people with houses. I'm like, what is going on? So basically, business is opening up. What do you think, man? Did they recall? Today I was looking for a second job because I want a couple of commission jobs, and then I'm going to see if I can help a person with some property tax issues. See if I can give them some strategies on tips on how to lower the property tax because of the housing, because of the forbearance, and a lot of people not being able to sell their houses, or some of the smarter people who want to get rid of their houses, cutting their house price. It's going to lower the the price of the house. And then you don't know what's going to happen 3 or 4 months later. People keep getting forbearance. They may just decide to let the house go all together, and the bank may say, okay, are you going to pay? Do you want to get a loan remod? How do you want to handle this? And the people may just let the bank take the house. So now you're looking for neighborhoods where 10 to 15 houses will just be going back to the bank. And then you have to wait a month or two before the bank can get the sheriff to come by and kick them out. That's going to lower the price of your house, because whoever owns that, the bank's going to fire sale it, turn around, someone's going to buy it, turn around, lease it to a Section 8 person. Not only do you have the house of your value come down, but now you got a Section 8 person who may be rowdy, playing music and stuff. So yes, I'm saying some of you Section 8 people are problems. I know, personal experience, trust me. I've seen it. So don't lie to me. You can run that line on someone else. I see it. So then how you going to sell your house then? Not only does the house value go down, but now the whole environment of your neighborhood goes down. So if you're going to sell your house, if you have to get a forbearance for your house, sell the house. If you're thinking about selling your house, sell your house, because you know you're next to the neighbor who has a toilet in the backyard that he pulled out the house, has been there for 3 or 4 years. I go by some houses, I look in the backyard. It's just a fire hazard waiting to happen. I'm like, wow, man. You've been there 30 years. Like I told you, the IRS depreciates your house in 30 years. I know you guys say, oh, I want to stay in my house and leave it to my baby. Okay, you have a car from 2000 and a car from 2020. So, for example, I have a gas car let's compare gas cars. I have a car from like 1990, from 2000, and then I have a car that's from today. CDs, if you're lucky, that's when CDs started going to the car. Cruise control, Sirius came out. And now let's cut to the cars today. There's no CD players. Most cars have no CD players. You have the cellular phone. Now you have the cellular phone charger. Wi-Fi to the car. I mean, just the mechanics, how the engine runs. You have a combination hybrid engine where you can use electricity or gas. Now let's go back to that 2000 car. CD player maybe. Gas. Now I'm gonna like just saying you have a car from 2000 and you own it in 2020, and you're trying to decide, are you gonna give that car? I don't know what I'm trying. You're gonna give that car to your kid or something. You're going to tell them, don't drive the 2000 car too far. You're going to have to take it to some ghetto place to get the smog passed, because you know what happens as the car gets older. Sometimes it gets harder to smog, so you got to get a special exemption. You need any repairs, you got to go look for the parts. Now let's cut to the day. Let's say you have a Tesla now. Let's move from a gas car to a Tesla car. Tesla is basically the cars driving yourself. Can you drive your 2000 cars? Yeah, you can drive it if you're drunk. You drive it right off a bridge or something. It'll self-drive you there. And then you have the Tesla, whatever, you could plug it in, or it's self-driving, and you have the navigation. And then back to your 2000 car, the only navigation you had was like me. I know you guys remember those Thomas guys. That was your navigation. So now, that's your 2000 car. Now I want you to think of your house as a 2000 car, and look across the street at the house that's going for $250,000, $500,000. No, your 20-year-old house is not going to be the same as that 2020 whatever house. Your 20-year-old house is not going to be the same as that house across the street. The outlets are different, Wi-Fi, the technology, the solar panels, how they did the plumbing. Your house has copper. Their house probably has PVC. The wiring, how it's set up to handle the different voltages. Now go back to your house. If you want to bring in one of those new $2,000 refrigerators, a stove, you have to rewire your whole house. You don't have any connections for no three-ways plug. For, say you bought a Tesla for your house and you want to try to charge it at home, you don't have a charger or anything, because you have to put a whole new transformer in and bring the power. So that's going to cost you $10,000 to $15,000. Your house is earthquake damage, storm damage. You live in there, calcium growing in the toilet, foundation damage from the micro earthquakes. Now let's look across the street to the house. The shingles are new, painted. Windows are special. Was it insulation protected and stuff? Now I'm come back to your house again. Your house, the wire, just take the wire and just how you can handle the Wi-Fi. They got to come in and do all that. They got to run a line from the telephone pole to your house if you want to bring in something special. So you see how you have to do all these changes to your house to take the technology that's been coming out 2020 or 2019. Can your house even handle the voltage? See the difference? So when you say, I'm going to keep my house, you're saying basically I'm going to keep my house because I want to build a future ghetto. If you want to build a future ghetto, just say, I'm going to build a future ghetto. That's a $500,000 house. My house is not going to go for no you're not going to sell your house for no $5,000. If maybe we tear it down and we find some money underneath, we will. But other than that, your house is it's only a set amount of market. And they're gonna base what your house is sold on the area. So what I'm trying to tell you is, today is just a lesson about, I've been reading a lot of emails about people, how they want to keep their houses and stuff, and real estate investors trying to keep you guys pumped up about how a house is such a great thing. If you got to do a forbearance, get rid of a house. This is the perfect time to sell your house. Because right now, with all the forbearance, and then like the businesses are open, but some of the businesses that don't have like those dedicated fans or market, or you can turn it over fast enough to get people back, you're not going to open up again. So that's going to cause people who own those houses, who are working in a nice restaurant that's closed, they're going to either have to put their house on forbearance, therefore destroying their credit, or just let the house go or sell it for cheap. So you're looking for a housing market that's about to go into flux. And then you have to look at what's coming behind you, like what jobs are actually going to be created. Some areas, like in Huntington Beach, LA, Ventura County, will be fine. But LA County, what? You have a quarantine that's going on till July. Who's going to buy a house there? Like, I mean, just think, the houses will be going for like 150, 125. I mean, and then they'll turn around, rent it out to Section 8, maybe an immigrant couple or something. So you're looking just at LA, you're looking for a giant drop within the LA proper district, and some of the LA County differences that used to be that are like just all under LA. So that's what I'm saying. This is your opportunity. Today's lesson is just forbearance. If you want to sell your house, sell your house. Because Only jobs really being created, unfortunately, right now are mostly internet. So they're going to move to Marina Del Rey or the Amazon warehouses that are $15 an hour, $16 an hour. You have a lot of young people starting off. So you're looking at them moving it, like getting their first apartment and stuff. So they're not going to have any type of money until I get up to the $20 an hour range. Just 20 times 40, that's 8, 16, 3,600 after taxes, about 2,700. They can't afford more than like $1,800, $1,900, maybe $2,000 for an apartment. That's it. And living together with their girlfriends and stuff. And then if they break up with the girlfriend, then they basically are going to move back home. So today's lesson is just, if you have a house, sell a house. And if you're still looking for work, I have a $197, $397, $697 program. My prices are going up. You get my best videos, you get a Skype call, and you get the best books that I've been reading. Now is the time to start looking for a job. Even if you have to work for commission, go out, learn how to influence people and get money. That was my mistake. I was afraid to ask for money in a recession. Ask for money, man. And what you want to also do is just protect the money that you have. If you're going to buy a car, that's why I have all those videos on how to pay off your car loan. If you're obsessed of paying off the car, like I told you, $554 for a new car, 72 months, $354 for a used car. You're looking for almost 60 months. Use my strategies. I have a $25, $75, $125 program. We just worked together for like 3 or 4 months. Just to see where your money going. Let's see how we can free up some money for you to pay a little extra on your car loan. If I can show you how to reduce a 60-month car loan down to like a 54 or 53, I've saved you $3,500. That $125 is a drop in the bucket. I should be charging you $600 to $700, which I will for the people who want to get out from under that car so they can redirect their capital toward, hey, I want to make sure I have a little extra money for this new job I'm starting. Hey, I'm at my current job, but I want to go out and just get some skills on how to do what the rich people are doing. You know what the rich people are doing? Cutting. They're cutting and they're reconsolidating. You know what all the poor people are doing? Oh, I got me a new car. I got this. I got that. They're spending. So they think, oh, everything's fine with me. No, the second wave of the recession is going to come when the companies that'll open up again, start to close, or they start getting rid of the people that they don't need because they haven't made the proper amount of money to stay open. So today's theme is, one, if you have a house and you have to do a forbearance, sell it. If you have a house anyway, I would sell it unless you really know you can do 2 to 3 months of payments without being paid. Or if you have a house that's over 30 years old, sell it. It's worth nothing. You're not leaving it to your kids. Unless you're in Beverly Hills, Ventura, some nice place. Basically, your house is, let them tear it down, pull a duplex, triplex, fourplex, just get rid of it. Because right now, it's the height. You'll have it at 30 years, a house depreciates. After that, it's just going to go down. Just think you own a 2000 car, and this is 2020, and you're giving it to your kid, and you tell your kid, your grandson, don't drive too far. Tell grandpa he has a special order the parts. There's no Wi-Fi or anything in the car. You got to go put special oils. You need special parts, or you got to go put a special place to smog it. You hear that? Special parts, because they don't make the cars 20 years old, so you got to go to a pick-a-part to look for the part. Smog the car. Hey, I got to look for a special place to smog it. Can I get a waiver? 3, make sure you don't drive too fast because it burns glass. The engine isn't efficient. That's 3 things already. Your house, more than 30 years old. 1, can it just hang up? Can you put a modern appliance in it? 2, what kind of damage has been occurred from the micro earthquakes it's gone through over the 20 years? 3, hey, what about the weather damage? Who's painting it? What about the roof? 4, what about the neighbors? What about that neighbor who comes down and cusses every day? How about the neighbor behind me that has a toilet and all kind of crap in his backyard? Hey, what about the neighbor next to me that has the barking dog all the time? That's 4 things for a house. 5 would just be the wear and tear that you know, when you got drunk, you pissed on the floor, dropped stuff, hit the wall. Just basically wear and tear from you hitting it. nailing stuff into the wall, dragging furniture across the floor. That's all the things you have to think about. So think about today. I told you about my programs. If you don't want to, if you want, I don't trust him, I don't want to give him any money, join my 100,000 subscriber campaign. Get signed up on my channel. Just listen and learn. Go back and watch the videos. There's going to be a lot of winners, but then there's also going to be a lot of losers. Because when the stores open up with 38.6 million out of work, you want to be the first to get the job, because you want to get in there to be the first to get the money. Because once you get the money, your unemployment won't be as important, because any unemployment you make, they'll just deduct the extra you make off your salary, but you're becoming more valuable to the company. And you're like me, you just got to learn how to deal with the people out there. You're going to get the second wave of people getting laid off or really realize how screwed they are. So before that happens, get out there, make money now. Your goal is get rid of the house based on what I told you earlier. If you have a car, get those payments under control. I don't care, from Mercedes to Beamers to Camry. Get those payments under control, because if you're working and you have a little extra cushion with your money, you're going to be more confident, you're going to be more productive, and you'll be able to be more valuable to the company. You don't want to be looking for a job and all those 30-something million people's unemployment starts running out and they need money. They're going to work for cheap. You're going to get them in there. They're going to kill the environment of the company, not deliver what they say. The company's going to lose money, and they're going to lay off. And it's your responsibility, because you could have went in there and saved them, but you didn't. You just used all that unemployment money. You sucked it up. You sucked it up when you should have been out there working. Now it's going to take you twice as long to work, because a company that you could have helped stay in business is out of business because you decided not to go in there and apply for the job. Go apply for the job, get back to work, pay off the car, sell the house based on the criteria I told you.